You've really helped me with my putting and my putting style. I am a closed facer. I think that's what you called it, right?
You manipulate
Open
the face.
and shut,
yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah,
yes. You've got some arc. You've got some arc.
Hear that? I got arc. There is a little science behind hitting a putter, so Nick's going to talk about that a little bit and show you some examples.
Absolutely. So putters pretty much can break down into two different type heads. There are mallets and there are blades. There's some in-betweens, but from a general perspective, mallets and blades are going to be the two different types. Mallets are these larger profiles, bigger frame, more weight around the perimeter, which makes it tougher to manipulate the face. So someone who's very handsy with their putter, they're generally going to be better off with a mallet because it's going to be tougher for them to manipulate the face, open and close it throughout the stroke. Generally, mallets are also for people who have a straight back, straight through stroke. So that's me. I'm a straight back, straight through stroke.
He doesn't have any arc.
I don't have any arc. Randy's got arc. I don't have any arc. I like to keep it pendulum. I like to keep it as straight as possible. So I use a mallet because mallets are going to be face balanced. So face balanced putter, when you find the balance point of the putter, you can see that the face stays perfectly square. Now, that can be manipulated. So there are mallets that are face balanced. There are also mallets that are toe hang, which for someone with arc would be beneficial for. So we can see here, I found the balance point on this guy, same club head, but you can see the face drops. That is the toe hanging. The more toe hang the putter has, the more arc it is meant for. Now, these aren't hard and fast rules. Nothing with putting is really hard and fast because putting is the one aspect of the game that is more personal than anything else. I've had guys that have straight back, straight through strokes, and they like heavy toe hang. Just the way the putter flows, it feels better to them. But typically, again, toe hang is meant for arc, face balanced is meant for straight back, straight through. And as you can see, we have the same exact putter head, but two different styles of toe hang. And that's, as Randy mentioned, the neck is where that's going to come into play. So a double bend neck is going to provide face balanced to any type head, which we're going to get into here in a second as well. With the blades, you'll see double bend is going to make a blade face balanced, whereas a plumber's neck or a slant neck or a flow neck, anything that kind of slants like that is going to provide some level of toe hang. Now this little small slant, as you can see, minimal toe hang. A flow neck is going to provide more toe hang. A plumber's neck is going to be minimal just like this as well. So the neck is going to determine how much toe hang we've got. As I mentioned, blades come into play as well. They're the other kind of side of the coin when it comes to putters. And we can see here, once again, we've got the same head. We've got a double bend neck and a flow neck. We can see that a blade with a double bend is going to be face balanced once I find the balance point. Same as the mallet. Exactly like the mallet.
Wow.
So if I was somebody who liked a blade, but I had a straight back, straight through stroke, I've got an answer for that. I just need to find a blade with a double bend neck.
That's pretty cool, by the way, considering how much bigger that putter is. Just because of that neck, it'll be face balanced.
Correct.
That weighs a lot more, I would assume.
Definitely. The mallet does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
And then we've got the blade here with the flow neck that, as you can see, that flow neck provides a lot of toe hang. This is for someone with a lot of arc or who manipulates the face a lot throughout the stroke. Now, blades in general are typically going to be toe hang. So mallets typically face balance, blades typically toe hang. So that's kind of a tendency. Someone who likes to manipulate the putter, they probably will be more comfortable with a blade style putter. And then the neck again will determine how much toe hang that particular putter will have.
Nick just actually helped me get fitted for my new putter, and I love it because it's not a full mallet. What would you call that, a half mallet?
Half mallet.
Half mallet, but with toe hang because of the neck. And since I'm an arc putter, I square the club at impact and then close it. So I've putted really good with it over the last week, and it's really helped.
Excellent.
With all that combined, I know some people benefit from the bigger grips, the super strokes and so on, and some don't. who should use who are those big grips for and who are the little ones for?
Yep, so that is very much a feel thing, I would say, more than a performance thing. Typically, the larger the grip, the more it's going to take your hands out of the equation. So smaller grips are going to bring the hands back in. You're going to manipulate the putter a whole lot easier, even if you're not trying to. Yeah. Your hands are going to be more engaged with a smaller grip than they will with a larger grip. So we're seeing a lot more of these larger grips that are coming out now to take the pressure out of people's hands, so people choke the club too much, first and foremost. That's not a good thing. And also, they're manipulating the face too much. So yes, there's arc, but then there's also opening and closing the putter throughout the stroke that shouldn't be happening. The larger grips help quiet that down. So it creates more consistency in the stroke by taking the hands out of the equation a little bit more with the larger grips.
It's interesting, with the putter I bought recently, it came with a traditional, very traditional size grip, and I was surprised. So I asked him, should I put a larger size grip on it? And he said, mainly they did that probably to help you close the face at impact.
Correct.
He was right. So I can contest to that. Last week I've been putting really good.
Excellent. Glad to hear it.
Now, on to golf balls. We're covering a lot here. There's a lot to consider in golf balls. And almost every manufacturer has 4 to 8 different balls.
Yes.
It's kind of overwhelming. And if you're a single digit handicapper, there's maybe 6 balls for you to choose from. You know what you need.
Right.
But for guys like me and the rest of us, it can get confusing. You have ball compression, spin, sirloin versus urethane, 2-piece, 3-piece, 4-piece. Help us make sense out of this. So
I would say the 2-piece, 3-piece, 4-piece, that's going to be kind of a compression and feel thing. The more pieces, typically the more compression it's going to have, or the higher compression it's going to have. So a 2-piece or a 3-piece ball is typically going to be a little bit lower compression than a 4 or 5-piece ball. Compression is essentially club head speed. To kind of dumb it down, the more club head speed you've got, the more compression you can take in a golf ball. The less club head speed you've got, the less you're going to be able to compress a golf ball. So, you know, guys who are swinging slower, who are playing, for example, Pro V1s, a very high compression golf ball, not maximizing the performance of that golf ball because they're not likely fully compressing it. The opposite side of the coin, guy comes in with a ton of club head speed, playing a low compression golf ball, he's actually losing performance because he's essentially wasting speed in that golf ball and not really over compressing, but not really maximizing the performance out of it by getting all of the compression that a higher compression golf ball would provide. The lower compression, he's losing that efficiency with that lower compression golf ball. So just to clarify for some people that may not know how compression affects the golf ball and what Nick is referring to, that's when the club hits the ball and the ball kind of mushes in and trampolines off the ball, right? Correct. And the higher the compression number, the less that happens unless you swing really fast. Correct. Okay, great. So Nick, I want to thank you for all this great information. My pleasure. Guys, if you have any questions, check Nick out at Golfdom in Tysons Corner, Virginia. I can tell you, he knows golf. He's helped me a ton this year, and I've really needed the help this year. If you've liked what you've seen here, please smash that subscribe button, like this video, and hit that bell so you'll get notifications when the next video comes up. Thanks again, and as always, hit 'em straight. Cool. Awesome.